Hello and welcome to today's episode of Klustered. This is episode 14 and I have two fantastic guests and two very broken clusters for us to fix today. Before we get started, there's just a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, if you haven't pressed that subscribe button, you can do that now. Also remember to thumbs up / like the video. This will help other people find it. It's always a good thing. And if you wish, you can now join the Rawkode Academy at a sandbox level for a very tiny nominal fee, which will get you some cool emojis and private live streams coming up soon. Today, we have Arian and Sid joining us, who have both prepared one broken cluster each and will join me as we attempt to pair and fix the others. Hi there, Arian. Hi there, Sid. How are you both today?
Doing well.
Yeah, doing just fine. It's a bit warm, but yeah.
It was not a problem I have in Scotland today. It has been raining and windy all day.
1 second, I have to take a phone call real quick.
No, please go for it. It's all right. Yeah. All right. Well, Arian takes the phone call. Sid, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you, please?
Sure. My name is Sid Palas. I'm a DevOps consultant. I split time between helping startups improve their DevOps and cloud infrastructure setups and also making content for my YouTube channel and my blog. So I have a YouTube channel called DevOps Directive where I cover a variety of topics from Docker to Kubernetes and all sorts of things. So go check that out if you have time. Most of my Kubernetes experience is with managed clusters. So depending where Arian breaks things, that could be useful or it could be completely worthless. So we will find out once we start poking around.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely encourage people to check out the DevOps Directive. It's a fantastic YouTube channel. Lots of great content there. Hello, Arian, would you like to give us a quick introduction if you're all right to? And we'll get started.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Arian. In my spare time, I work on NixOS, which is a declarative operating system, which has a lot of cutting points with Kubernetes because you all like declarative and immutable things as well. And for work, I work at Wire. We do end-to-end encrypted chat and video communication, and I maintain Kubernetes clusters here and do operations and break things very often as well. And occasionally also write some code, but lately not so much. Yeah, that's a quick introduction of myself, I would say.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much, both of you, for sharing. So we are going to start today with cluster 31. Sid, that means you and I are up first. I have enabled the floaty head mode. We can see teleport, which is our pairing tool of choice. I will open a session here. Sid, if you can do me a favor, once you're in, just type some sort of echo hello to let me know that you're there. We should also see a nice little 2 show up here. Arian, you can just sit and watch and prepare the laughter. If you got a beer, you actually have a beer.
Yeah, I told you I would get a beer.
So. I am bitterly unprepared and jealous, but enjoy it, mate. Okay, so I will do a little bit of setup first. These are kubevm clusters. That means our configuration lives here. I will alias K to kube control, otherwise you'll just be watching me type K and that failing many times. Instead, I will give you the honors of running the first command to see if we have any sort of API server available to us.
Hey.
We do. Look at that. Thank you, Arian.
I didn't break everything, so I'm proud of myself.
Okay.
The API server is good. So let me clarify the objective then when we have an API server, right? Sometimes it can be a little bit fussy. Our objective now can be a little bit confusing. Our objective now is to make sure that our clustered and PostgreSQL pods are running and happy, and also to be able to upgrade our clustered pod from V1 to V2. That is our objective. All right, so you have run a get pods, and we can already see Postgres is definitely not happy, and
clustered is restarted a few times.
It has, yes. All right, let's check out what's going on with Postgres. Dun dun dun. Okay.
So we have a taint on it that it won't tolerate.
Okay, so yeah,
Memory
it's
pressure.
unable to be scheduled right now. It looks like
Yep.
our worker node has memory pressure. And obviously we don't tolerate running on the control plane node.
Yep.
What are you thinking? What do we need to look at here?
Yeah, I was just going to scroll through this config and see what we've got.
Well, I'm curious about this memory pressure label on the node.
Yeah, should we describe the node and see what that looks like?
Yeah, good shout. I think that's a good idea. What I've got in my head here is that Arian can just be cruel and just added a label to mess with us, or he's maybe actually screwed with the memory available to the kubelet. And I see that smirk in your face there.
I have a very bad poker face. Maybe I should turn off the webcam. So,
Ah, there we go. Look at that.
Okay, eviction threshold met, attempting to reclaim memory.
I think we're just going to have to jump on to that worker node.
Yep.
I mean, the memory here, nice big number, which is what I want to see. So I will open a session on the worker. Just feel free to jump into it. Let me know when you're there.
Okay.
And we'll start to poke around and see what's happening. What kind of beer you got?
we got, a Roadhouse, which is a Pilsner. I like it a lot. From the Black Woods in Germany.
Ah, nice German beer. Okay.
Oh, I'm getting hold on. I had a background window open with the YouTube video, so I started getting a delayed loop, but now I'm good.
I've done that so many times. So, I'm going to run my favorite memory command. So this looks good to me, which means, so my thought process here is that Arian has modified, it seems, I don't know, I think he's modified the systemd unit file for the kubelet and has memory constrained it. Is that in line with you? Have you got any other ideas you want to throw it?
That seems like a reasonable first place to look.
Okay. Well, there's nothing there. Well, shall we cat the unit file? Get all the actual, what do you call them in systemd? Drop-ins? Is it something else?
Yeah, drop-ins.
Drop-ins. All right, so system control cat kubelet. This should, I believe, shows us the entire config, and then we can look for files that could potentially be have other stuff in it. Let me know if you get any ideas. Otherwise, I'm just going to be looking aimlessly,
poking around. Yeah.
There is a way, right? When you can you see the niceness level of a process on Linux? I think there is. Like, let's see. No, that's to run a command with a niceness value. Would be. All right. Let's just start looking at the files listed in this unit. So we've got this one. Oh, that's the one it's showing us. So we've got, won't be the bootstrap. Could be varlib kubelet config and varlib kubelet flags. Those are the two I think we're going to want to look into. So That look clean to you?
Yeah.
Config. And now we got our kubelet configuration. Yeah, I don't think there'll be anything in there. Hey, your turn, Sid. I'll sit back. I'll watch. Did we describe the node on the control plane?
We did describe the worker node, not on the control plane. We only did it for the worker node, so we could describe that one as well.
Yeah, I wonder, am I I mean, he could just have added the label. He might not have actually done anything to the memory on the machine, right?
True, that's worth checking. So should we hop back to that other one?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Or is this one also set up?
Oh no, just the control
Okay.
plane node. So why don't we just do
Yep.
Do you want to just edit the node and remove the label, see what happens?
Sure, it's a good start.
Come on, editing the service files is way too easy. Yeah. What's even easier would just be adding a label. I keep looking at him to see if he's going to give anything away, but I've not seen anything yet.
Yeah, I'm practicing my poker face. So.
All right, so we do not have a memory constraint label there.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe on the worker. Oh, I'm hinting things again.
Oh yeah. But what was your edit command? Sorry, I missed it. Oh no, we're stuck in Vim.
There we go. What? Won't let me out.
Let me out.
Oh, it's the you need to do Q exclamation mark exclamation mark. Yeah, the other way will run a command.
Other way.
Exactly.
Oh, we looked at the worker, did we not?
Oh no, you edited the control plane. Yeah, okay. That'll be why we couldn't see the label. Not there?
No. There we go.
Oh, there's a taint. There we go. Yeah, let's.
Should we just remove that entirely?
Yeah, let's do it. You can just remove that taint. Yeah.
Okay.
Just bend
Cool.
it.
Bending.
You might want to describe Postgres again. Yeah. So when did that? 9 seconds ago.
So let's see if that taint magically reappeared.
It did.
So it did. So how is that getting added?
So, what if I want to throw stuff out all the time. If you got, yeah, that's a good shit.
So let's also check all namespaces, I guess, in case he hit it somewhere.
Oh,
okay, he does have a namespace. Right, we've got a bunch of Nginx pods that are getting evicted.
Stop laughing.
Okay, sorry.
No,
I'm allowed to laugh, right? That was the whole point.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Let's see what these are doing. We have this service. Let me just try deleting that service and see what happens. Sorry, the deployment, not the service.
It was kind of nice that the load balancer service type just works on the. It was cool.
Yeah, these clusters are currently running Metal LB, although I'm in the process of migrating over to Kubernetes. But yeah. But I did give you a broken CSI implementation. So
There's also, I heard that Cilium now has part of the MetaLB code base integrated.
yeah, they did some work with BGP. I saw that announcement last week.
I want to check
So
that
let's
out.
just actually, why don't I just delete that whole namespace? We probably don't need it.
Yeah. I don't trust that namespace. I'm happy for you to blow it away. Let's do it.
Arian. Okay. Takes a little while. Now let's go back and try to edit that taint off the node. In case that pod was adding it back.
It might still be there.
Might still be there, that's true. It is still there. Okay. So we've cleaned up something, but we don't know what that something was actually doing.
Do you mind if I type for a moment? I'm just
go for it.
Curious. Is there anything? Okay, yeah, that does look like
it did indeed get cleaned up. Is there something else that could intercept our node config before it gets used or after it gets used, I suppose? Some kind of mutating webhook or
mutating webhooks are always I see. Oh no, I thought we were getting a broken API server there.
So
damn.
Lots of issues with Rook.
Yeah, I'm going to filter that out. Look how slow it is when I get pods across all namespaces. It's like
right. There's probably a lot of stuff somewhere.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Like once it is evicted, that it doesn't clean up that pod reference. Like it just keeps accumulating. So.
Dash.
And what is Hubble UI? Is that just an interface for Cilium?
Yeah, it's a really cool UI that shows you network traffic across your nodes and services and such. It's pretty sweet. I just want to see running. Come on.
What is running?
Show me anything that's running in my cluster. I don't care about pending and evicted right now. Okay, so we got the speakers, we got some Rook stuff, we got our control plane. I just want to know, there's nothing that looks nefarious here. Of course, he could have swapped out any of these images, but that would tell me. I like your idea, Sid. Let's check for mutating webhooks. Let's go down that path first before we start checking the nodes for rogue processes. We got a tip from Noel in the chat as well that there could be eviction hard set on the kubelet.
How do we actually view these?
Mutating webhook configurations.
No resources found.
All name. Yeah, cool.
Still no resources found. Okay.
Should we jump back across to the worker?
Sure. Start looking for.
Is there anything else?
No. I think that's all I can think of at this side of things.
Okay.
Because our edit to the node is going through successfully, so it's not like a validating webhook could be the case, because otherwise we'd get an error back. Correct. If it was just rejecting it.
Nothing, no static pods. So what happened there? Done that weird reload debug. I'm just scrolling. All right. I thought that was going to drop out our config.
What do you want to do? View the entire config at once? Or?
I did want to view the entire config at once, yes. All right. I think, let me tell you where I'm at. Right now, I'm a bit stumped, to be honest. I think we go through this config file for the kubelet and we see if there's anything restricting it here. I'm also curious if he's just been really cheeky and scaled up a whole bunch of those deployments to a stupid number, causing the evictions. And because if they've all got requests on them, right, that could just be adding up.
All those like system and Cilium and Rook deployments, you mean?
We could check the requests and on the node see if they are larger than the capacity, for example, right?
So, yeah.
So, yeah, that looks okay.
If you want hints, you can always have 2 in total, probably. I don't know.
Go back to your beer. Go away.
I mean, we could take the thing he just gave us and actually check those requests on the nodes and see if there's more requests than available.
I mean, the node isn't breaking a sweat, right?
Yeah.
So it does feel like this is all happening on the... I didn't see anything in the kubelet config there. So yeah, let's jump back to the control plane. There has to be something on the API. To reload again. I need to speak to someone at teleport. That bug's annoying. So where do you want to check for requests first? In fact, did we describe the... I'm feeling so scatterbrained today. I don't know what that is. We did describe the node, right?
We did.
And there was no artificial requests or limits on that?
I don't think so. I guess I don't know if we described the control plane node, but we described the worker node.
Yeah, I think the worker node's the one.
So,
okay, so we got the eviction threshold limit here. It has sufficient memory, and that's happening a lot. Trying to reclaim memory from the eviction here. We can see that we've actually only got 1% of requests and 1% of the limit.
Yeah.
So the eviction threshold is has to be kubelet configuration, right?
There is a hint in the kubelet config.
There is,
maybe. Yeah. Yes, there is something.
Because we're not memory constrained at all, which means it just feels like it's kubelet config.
Yeah, and it's not getting evicted based on too much memory use. It's just never getting scheduled. So it's not something in the Postgres stateful set config. Yeah. Or it could be something else.
There are also evicted pods, right? There's a pending pod, but some pods are also getting actively evicted.
True.
So
I guess we're going back to the worker node then. Okay, do you want to pop open the kubelet config again? Maybe.
Didn't mean to do that. He told us there might be a hint in here, right? There's only 38 lines.
Would there be an easy way to figure out what kubeadm usually spits out?
Yeah, could you grab a healthy config and then we could diff them maybe, or at least take a look?
I think we can just run kubeadm to generate one. I'm looking at all those 0 seconds and I'm thinking, are those a thing, or am I making too much of that, Arian?
No, that's too much. Those are there by default. I
Right,
only
okay.
I appended a line to the config. It's at the end. We'll give this as the hint.
This C group driver line.
Yes.
All right. Shall we ask kubedm to generate one, and we'll just do a diff, and we'll see what happens.
Sure.
I don't know the command. I should know it better by now. Let's have a look. But I'm pretty sure we can do a. It would be.
There's some way to run the individual phases or something.
Yeah,
right?
there is. I think it's under init, and then you can pass in.
kubeadm diff, is that a thing? Somebody says that kubeadm diff is a thing. That would be cool.
Is it?
Everything else is alphabetical except for C group driver. This is
there is a init thing. I just don't remember it off the top of my head. So,
but this is not a control plane node, right? So we need the join? But
init oh, there we go.
kubelet finalize. Yeah, I think kubelet start puts in the bootstrap config, and kubelet finalize does the.
Did I spell that wrong?
Yeah.
Don't know if that's going to run it.
Do you want me to tell you the diff instead?
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of time, it seems like.
Yep.
And you've already hinted that it's that last line. We just.
Yeah. So. Yeah, there are two things I changed in this config. One is I am a systemd. I love systemd, so I wanted to try out the systemd C group driver, and I also changed the resolve conf option. But so those two I touched, the only two I touched. Apart from that, there's a completely vanilla config.
All right.
Yeah. But I think the last one is probably the first one to look at, given that that has more to do with the issues we're seeing, probably.
All right, I am going to look up kubelet C group driver and see what the options are here, because I have no idea. Apparently, it defaults to systemd.
Yep.
Oh, there's our kubeadm init command.
Yeah. So
continue. Yeah.
So if that is the default, then you haven't actually changed it, right? Unless Cluster API doesn't use the systemd C group driver by default. Or maybe this is just 121 docs. Is this just a new change?
So the C group driver, there was already a C group driver line that I edited. It had something else before. So
yeah. So yeah, maybe check the older version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Oh no.
And of course the search goes back to the latest version. All right, let's copy the bit after the thing. And then come here.
The page doesn't exist. Darn it.
Kubernetes component. Kubelet. Okay, this is frustrating. Why can't I find that page on that version of the doc? Okay, tasks, administer cluster, kubedm. So, where's that menu bar now? Right, tasks, administer a cluster. Let's just step through it. And then configure secret. Oh, it's not in the docs.
Oh, no, it's new docs. Sorry.
Maybe there only used to be one option, so they didn't say anything about it.
Well, that at least explains why we're unable to look this up.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see if we can just take a look at this wonderful brand new 121 doc, which defaults to systemd, but apparently prior to that was not the case. So
cgroup fs, is that?
Yeah, okay. So the cgroup fs driver. Yeah, it says here to continue using that. Good catch, Sid. Will we just risk it?
Yeah, I found some random Stack Overflow page that mentioned cgroup fs. So we've got two sources that state that as a potential candidate.
Or should we migrate to the systemd driver following the instructions correctly, which Arian did not do? So.
Let's revert to cgroup fs, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Let's just get it working, and then Arian can share what exactly is happening here. So I'll do the control plane. Do you want to update the worker node?
Yep,
I just updated on the worker node.
All right, nice.
Yeah, I have a high level of confidence this might fix it, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
So we need to do a restart on our kubelet. Nice. All right, I will give you the honors of running a get pods on our control plane, and let's see if that has helped at all. I'll pop over to the chat, and I'm sure everyone is yelling at us. So no confirmed the zeros are a default. You know, I fall for these zeros in the Kubernetes config all the time, being defaults versus something nefarious. You mentioned kubedm def, it doesn't exist. That's a great idea for a subcommand though. Let's make that happen. Ben noticed that everything was in alphabetical order except the cgroup driver. Yeah, I never thought about checking that. Pretty clever.
It looks like we have a new error though, at least.
Yeah, we're in unknown territory now, though. I don't know how to fix it from here on. So this is gonna
great.
Yeah.
He did mention changing that one other config.
Okay,
so what's the resolve conf?
Yeah, but it's not related to the issues we're seeing now.
Okay.
So
I think this is just because we've changed it, right? And we have running processes probably using the systemd cgroup driver.
Yeah, so now there's like two views of the world, right? So I don't know, maybe we should restart containerd or something on the
that
worker.
Won't restart the processes that are running. What we would have to do is probably cordon and uncordon the node.
Yeah, can we check systemd status just to see what processes are running and stuff on the worker? So
well, the control plane is degraded anyway, and they're the same there.
Yeah. And if we scroll down a bit, just see what stuff is running. There's a lot of output here. It should show. So good. So here is all the containers running. So it still seems to be using the systemd cgroup driver. That's why it shows up nicely here, even though we changed it. So
nice. That is a horrible way to break a cluster.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think. I say we make the systemd cgroup driver work. How hard can that
with
be?
the upgrade path on the docs?
Well, it's actually telling us to drain the node and then restart the kubelet. So yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Throw random systemd at the cluster and it breaks.
All right,
I like this comment.
let's stick with the worker node right now. So let's update it. Let's set it back to systemd.
Oh, didn't mean to do
Oh,
that.
no. That one doesn't exist yet. So,
And then we have to drain the node. Oh, we need to do that.
do we need to
control plane.
restart, or are you going to do that after? Do we need to restart the kubelet, or you want to do that after we drain it? I guess, yeah.
I think with how fucked it is right now, it probably doesn't make a difference.
I think I would just restart it for now. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I'll do a get nodes, and I'm just going to drain our worker. Okay, it's now being cordoned. Workload will start to drain off of it. What we can do now is if we actually stop the kubelet, we've had the kubelet's the only thing running because there's nothing else here. The daemon sets will be on it. We can restart those manually.
Did we restart the kubelet already? Or not?
Well,
On
we have
the worker?
once, yeah, but I think when the
I did it before he cordoned it, though, I think.
Yeah, do you want to do
Yeah, look at this. There is a container creating now. Look at that. Ooh. But I think now, because we restarted it again, something is running. It's good.
It's running. We have 0 of 1 ready, though.
Yeah.
Do you want to uncordon or node? Or did you do that already?
I did not.
So how did it scheduled?
Interesting.
Scheduled onto the control plane?
Oh, wait. I think it didn't actually. It complained that it couldn't drain. Look, unable to drain. Oh, but then it should still be cordoned, right? Even if it didn't drain it. Or, I think if
it can't delete the pods with the storage, right? So we could have just told it to delete the empty jars because they're not required. But I think we've done enough to get it back online, right? That pod is coming.
That pod is coming.
Oh,
yeah, it's it's back.
All right, let's uncordon the node, and let's get the port forward running. See if we can hit our application and try the update. Like all we need to do is get our app working, and then
if we get the update, mission accomplished, right?
Exactly.
yeah.
You can just do a kube control uncordon and then the node name.
I don't know the node name.
Yeah, I don't know the node name.
The worker.
I still find it weird that those pods got scheduled and run on it while it was cordoned.
We're done.
Okay. I'll jump over to my local terminal for the port forward. I keep meaning to set it up on teleport so that we can just expose it from the UI, but I haven't done it yet. So get pods. Port forward.
No.
Oh no.
All right, there's actually the daemon sets will need restarted with our Cilium pods, right? So if you want to do a kube control get pods on our Cilium namespace, we probably have no networking at all in our cluster.
What?
No, I will just throw out my idea here, which is the one I try not to recommend anyone try at home, but it's to do a delete pods all on the Cilium namespace. I'm totally okay with that if you want to.
But they're ready. 2 current, 2 ready, 2 up to date, 2 available.
That's.
Yeah, let's try it.
Never hurts.
Delete pods dash all.
Oh, that's every namespace.
Oh no.
It.
It was just in Cilium.
It was just Cilium.
Yeah.
There was just a lot. Okay.
There was just a lot of.
I only barely got the fear. It's okay. All right. What does it get pods look like now then?
That hasn't returned yet, but
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
just Control C it. It usually
Yeah.
waits for the thing to finish. We don't have to.
Okay, that's Cilium one's coming up. Container creating.
okay.
Yeah, let's see. I
so
mean, that's
we're-
starting to look quite healthy.
Yeah.
Give it a few more seconds.
all right. We got some
Yeah,
They're
running.
coming.
All right.
So can you do a dash O wide? What node are those first two on? Control plane. I don't think, did we restart the kubelet there after updating the config?
On the control plane?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah, I think I updated the config, but I don't think I restarted the kubelet on the control plane.
What do I do? System CPL.
Noel in the chat has said that the docs say this field should not be updated without fully rebooting the node. Well,
I don't read docs. That's otherwise the clusters don't break.
So the sandbox for those first two pods will already be created under the maybe the wrong. Yeah, I think we might have to delete those two pods and try and encourage it to restart again. I'm not sure.
Are they running on the control plane? Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
Let's give it a bit of encouragement.
Yeah. Right, let's see what a get pods shows us now.
Same. I guess let's describe and see
Yeah.
what.
Let's describe one of those.
Do you have a preference between the operator and the other one?
Let's do the second one just because it's in a container stage, so it's actually beyond container creating, I think. And see
You
if we
might
can
get some.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's not happy.
Expected C groups path to be a format, blah. So yeah, it's still looking for this.
Can we just restart the kubelet one more time on that node?
Why not?
I actually did follow the docs for updating to the systemd C group driver. So we might have gotten ourselves in a worse scenario than we started. Maybe. I don't know.
It's broken.
Oh yeah.
Should we just validate that we correctly updated those kubelet configs and didn't fool ourselves and would not save correctly or something?
Let's do it.
Maybe we can we return this to systemd and restart it? Just
that's what we tried.
I thought we did. I've obviously been a bit.
We forgot to hit save.
Yeah,
because the control plane node was not broken when I left it. This is something we have introduced ourselves accidentally, which is fine. It's more fun.
Sid gave me one job and I broke it. We might maybe have to encourage those pods again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if it's still screwing up, I would maybe try to reboot the control plane node. That's not a horrible idea, actually.
Bare metal does not reboot quickly.
Oh yeah. Well, we can maybe kexec into itself. That's a nice hack too.
True.
Yeah. But I think this should probably get it back up and running. Let's see.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
there we go. There we go. Good.
Okay, so I'm going to read a report forward.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think the test
look.
workload?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Ah,
Nice.
you fixed it. Good.
So now do we need to try to upgrade it, David? Is that...
I'm a bit worried that I hit reload and it's not quite
broken again.
Yeah.
It finished reloading, right?
Okay, it's just timing out very slowly. I added a 2-second timeout to that, so that's annoying. Okay, let's check our service for Postgres. And we just want to make sure it's got some endpoints, I guess. It does.
It does.
What was the error again? Was it failed to look up address? Okay. Is core DNS running? So we want to probably run a get pods in the cube system namespace. It is.
Looks like it's running.
Maybe we should try the port forward again.
Oh, it also restarted once more. That restart number is climbing.
Oh, it's working. And I fixed the video encoding. All right. Sid, go for it. Let's update this application.
All right. This deployment's just named Klustered.
It is, yeah.
I'm very confused why it's working. That's funny. I added another little booby trap that I was expecting to be triggered, but it didn't. It's fun.
So we just want v2 on the image tag.
Yeah, please go for it.
But maybe it will break now because we updated. Let's see. Very curious.
Who knows? All right.
We'll spend a few more minutes on this, and then we'll switch.
Container creating. That's good. Terminating.
All right. Let's run get pods. Reconfigure our port forward.
This looks good.
I heard that better tone in your voice there. Like, why is it working?
Why is it working?
Well, this is still V1.
Still V1.
Huh.
Let's just edit again. Did it not take? It says V2 there.
Yeah.
I wonder if
did it bring up the new version already?
Yeah.
New pod?
I mean, of course, when I was updating the encoding.
Is it maybe caching in the browser? Wait.
Oh.
Is that V2?
Yes.
Yay!
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. Good job. Didn't like that one.
Well, thanks for dragging me along there, David.
So you want to fill us in on that?
On what I broke?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. So I am a Vivid systemd user, and I was like, why isn't this running the systemd C group driver? So I changed it, and then which just means is that systemd is responsible for managing the C group tree, and every node in the C group tree is managed by a systemd unit, and you can set limits on each of the C groups created using systemd unit files. So I limited qpod.slice to allow 100 megabytes of memory, and this doesn't get reflected by Kubernetes, and it's like, oh, I have all the memory I need, and it keeps scheduling things, and then systemd starts throwing OOMs at the thing, and then kubelet says, oh, this pod is this node is in a very bad state. It's under memory pressure. We shouldn't schedule more things. So
Well, we
I
didn't
just made
fix that slice though, right?
Yeah, but I think we kind of, because we moved back to C group FS, it kind of fixed itself somehow. Yeah, so I just made one change on the worker node, and that's add this drop-in file for qpods.slice in somewhere in etc systemd. There's a qpods.slice.d, and this is the only thing I touched, and then everything broke. So, yeah. Yeah. And I broke one more thing, but it didn't. It stopped breaking. Is that I made core DNS point to the etc resolve conf from the host, and because I'm a systemd advocate, I changed etc resolve conf to point to systemd resolve d, which happens to have the same IP address as core DNS, which would cause core DNS to end up in a loop forever and crash. But that didn't happen, which was interesting. It did happen yesterday. So. But yeah, so that breakage didn't happen, but the other one was. I was like, this node shouldn't have this much memory.
The stuff in the Arian namespace, was that just a red herring? Just a bunch of...
Yeah, it was just me trying to deploy, and I didn't clean up after myself, just to see if things failed to deploy. Yeah, I did make sure to delete the bash history on the node so that it wouldn't be obvious what I changed, but I forgot the Arian namespace. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff there I had no idea about. Like, I've never modified the secret driver, because why would anyone in their right mind do that?
Yeah. So it should default to the systemd one. It's just that I noticed for some reason Cluster API doesn't use it yet. There was this issue. I was like, maybe we can wreak havoc with this. This is interesting. So. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I hated every second of that.
The server lies about its amount of memory, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But now it's time for revenge, right?
Yes, definitely.
No, I have to suffer.
All right, you want to join our session? We are now dealing with Sid's cluster.
Yeah, I see an active session. I click options, join session.
And I
see you typing.
Configure the bits and pieces that we need. And I will give you the honors of checking for an API server. Okay. And echo hello. Yeah, fair play.
It's alive, but we're missing a pod. This is right.
That is right. Do we still even have a deployment?
We do. Interesting. Do we want to describe it to see? What's going on?
Reload.
It says. Let's see.
I mean, the replica is set to 0.
Oh yeah. I'm also going to open the chat at the same time so I can steal hints from other people. Just let me move you down.
I think you need to scale this one up. And I always love waiting to see how people decide to scale that. Some people edit the deployment, some people do a proper scale up.
I'm going to edit it, I think. Yeah. Just because you said that word first, and then it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I could edit it. Yeah, somebody messed with this. Generation 6, so there were a lot of edits to this thing. So I have a feeling there will be more issues when I change this. But how many replicas do we want? Just one?
Yeah, we only need one.
Okay.
Okay, that was what we needed to happen. I want to check other namespaces now. There was a trap.
Were you worried that wasn't going to happen there for a second?
Well, that was my. I had deployed something and there was waiting for that to happen. So.
Oh, look at that! We have.
I have the scroll bar issue. I think.
Yeah, you can reload. It fixes it.
Yep. Okay. Let me try. Leave this page. Yeah, that's much better.
Oh no! For me.
Why is this? Oh, I already regret signing up for this. I'm just curious what's.
All right.
Okay, so let's maybe look. Oh no, it happened again.
Oh, that's because I reloaded.
Okay, so will that now happen to you when I reload or not?
Yeah, I'm going to try Chrome. I've never actually tried a different browser to see if that helps. So let's do that.
But I think it's just trying to sync the two sizes because you're zoomed in more than I am. I think this is what's causing the.
Oh, really?
Okay. Oh no, and they're all these namespaces were created like 10 seconds ago. No. What did you do? Yeah, I think it's just syncing the size of our two windows. That's the problem.
Actually, resizing my window fixed it, so I'm going to leave it like that.
Wait, let me.
So is UUID what you often use for your namespace name, Sid?
it makes sure I don't have a collision, I guess. You know?
Oh, not a virus. I don't mind not a virus pods as long as there's not a crypto miner pod too.
Oh, it's why is everything so? Oh no, okay. David, how are we gonna get this out of our cluster?
Get what out of our cluster?
the everything. Oh man.
Do you want me to delete all the UUID namespaces?
Yeah, we could write maybe a. I don't even want to know what's in there. I just want to get rid of it. But I'm kind of scared because some of them are like 2 seconds old. So I have a feeling there's something nefarious.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's gonna help. But we can try it. Let's
think about this, right? So we actually did modify our deployment. It went through, and then an event triggered it. So I don't think this was a mutating webhook configuration. Of course, we could double check. But the fact that the edit went through and we got a new event suggests that there's potential controller running in our cluster, but it's also watching the resource.
But why wouldn't it be a mute? Like, this is the first thing I would think of. Like, maybe it would be something.
Because if it was a museum webhook configuration, we wouldn't have got the scale down event.
I see.
Because it would never have changed in the first place.
I see. So it's not something blocking it. It's just something else watching it.
Yes, I think.
I see.
Let's check, right? Yeah, there's no mutating webhook configuration. So this is another controller probably running on one of these namespaces.
Yeah. Do we maybe want to check? Maybe want to check what service accounts there are, or like.
Well, my thinking is, right, with the time on these namespaces, is that the not a virus workload will not be running in one of those namespaces because they're too ephemeral. So I think we should just stick to looking at maybe the 5 namespaces that we know and trust and see what's running in here.
Yeah, makes sense.
So let's do why don't we do a get pods all grep
running or something.
Yeah,
that sounds good. Okay.
So we do have a couple.
We have not a virus which is running. A lot of them actually. Oh no. Do we want to maybe describe one of those pods? And
yeah, go for it. Describe one.
Oh, but I need to know what namespace it is, right? Oh no. Okay, wait. I'm gonna open.
Well, you can describe all namespaces pod and then just that name.
Yeah, there should be one of those pods in each UUID namespace.
Paste.
So if you just,
then I can do. Like, will this work?
Yep.
No, I cannot do that.
Kevin is looking for a
But if you just describe all the pods in one namespace, there's only one pod in each of those namespaces.
I see. That makes things. So let's do again this. Pick one that is running. We pick our favorite namespace. And then we paste it. Okay. So there is a container called Sid Palas /Klustered.
Indeed.
Do we want to know what's in there?
It's using the downward API though.
What is downward API? I have no clue.
It's a way
Learning
to push
something new today.
metadata from the cluster into the pod so you can consume it, usually like the IP address of the control plane or something like that. Or the pod name itself. You can push down a whole bunch of stuff.
Interesting.
So
that seems like this way it's hooking into the Kubernetes API somehow.
Yeah, and we've got a config map called the Kubernetes root CA, so it's actually using our, I would imagine, Kubernetes admin cert.
Mhm.
Now, depending on whether we want to, I mean, we could delete that config map, and then those pods can't modify anything on the API server anymore.
Yeah, so you want to delete the kube rootca.crt.
Well, let's take a look at it first. But yeah, I think if we get rid of it, it should stop the nefarious.
Just want to know in what namespace that config map is, right? Like maybe it's duplicated across all the. Let's just look at the. Okay, so we have a volume mount for the service account, blah blah blah. Okay, so here's the weird stuff.
Yeah, so it's using the downward API to know what namespace it's in.
Yeah, you'll have to help me here. I've never seen this downward API volume type.
Well,
this is all new.
Let's see how many of these things we've got. Right. Look at
that. No. Yes. Great.
So I want to describe one of them first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
okay.
it's just cert, yeah, right. Yep. So,
and I suppose this is the server certificate of the API server, just or some.
One of these namespaces is going to be longer lived than the other sort of ephemeral ones. There has to be something running outside of these UUIDs, or one UUID that isn't as malicious. I'm looking for a timestamp that's. In fact, let's sort it.
Yeah, let's sort. Sort -n on the 3, right? Oh, K3 for column, right? And then -n for. Yeah, this works. Yeah, good.
Oh, how do we reverse it? Do you remember?
No, I don't know.
-r.
Yeah. Oh, but wait. Yeah. I think you have to put it on.
That's a K. Right.
Exactly.
But it's alphanumeric sorting. There we go.
This helps. Okay, let's just scroll up. We can do it. Oh no, it's not sorted by. Yeah, you're right. But still, we can get the longest running thing from here. It's probably 3, 7. I see things that have been running for 7 minutes.
Said we're no longer friends.
Yeah, but it all triggers because we skilled up this thing, right?
Before that was what I was waiting on.
Because there's nothing that's older than that. Like, can we look at things? Okay, how about we look at all the different things and just look at things that are younger than when you created the cluster, but not from the past 7 minutes, right? Just to kind of know. Oh, there's nothing there. So this all hasn't been touched, as far as I see, right? It's all 2 days, 22 hours. So this looks fine. So maybe the thing that triggered it is actually not in the cluster.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that myself.
Yeah, maybe we're getting put on a. There are some red herrings, lots of them. So something is messing from the outside, I think. Maybe it's the clustered pod that does this, somebody says in the comments.
Yeah, we should describe that actually and take a look at the image.
Yep.
That would be a good way to hide something. I'll give you the honors. Okay. not going to comment much.
I can just. So what is the container that we're using? Okay, that's Postgres, that's fine. And the other one, where are you? Oh, wait. Oh yeah, there was never anything running. So it would be the Postgres one that's nefarious, but it looks like it is.
Well, it's been updated to take our weird config map with the kuberoot there.
This looks like it's just a standard Postgres image, right?
Unless, what's the image pool policy?
I haven't touched the Postgres deployment.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So why has it got the kuberoots there?
Yeah, exactly. Why does it also have this volume? That's interesting. That makes me suspicious.
Is that just always there and I'm just overthinking?
I think it might be. Yeah, I don't know.
No, there's never a kube API. This is
a volume that contains injected data from multiple sources. Type projected. Maybe there's some global config that just gives it. Yeah, maybe we are on a.
Yeah, but I think maybe I've checked myself or checked us here. Okay, yeah. let's focus.
Okay.
Something has API. Like, okay, let's try something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to access this cluster is from within the cluster or from admin.conf. Oh, then we can't access it. Well, we can. Protected.
Oh, .conf. .conf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's also the. Is that true though? You could also use the kubelet certificate or whatever, or the.
There could be static manifests.
Yeah.
But those don't look like they've been modified.
Yeah. But I mean, there's also all these certificates, right? In I don't know where it is, Etsy, Kubernetes PKI, which also all give access to the cluster. So.
All right, let's do a. Kube.
You could look at the logs of one of the not a virus pods to see if it's doing anything, maybe.
Yeah, we could try that. Do you want to try that? I have a feeling this is a hint. Don't know why.
So you don't want me to run this?
Oh no, you can run that. You do.
Yeah.
Forget namespaces, print the name, grep, so that we keep kube root metal default. Let's not delete the default name. Oh, you can't anyway, but still. I don't think you can delete any of those namespaces except for the rook.
Yeah, let's just nuke everything. I have a feeling as we're deleting them, new ones pop up. It's like Hydra.
Okay, so let's follow your train of thought right now then, which was you want to what? Sorry.
My train of thought. Well, I got a hint that I should look at the logs of one of these not a virus pods.
All right, do you want to jump into Firelog containers and start poking around then?
Can we do that? Can we have multiple windows hidden here, or how does this work?
Well, I've opened something on the worker if you want to jump onto that session and poke around the logs there. And we'll just leave that deleting.
Okay.
I'm just assuming not a virus is scheduled on the worker, but I could be incorrect.
Okay, so the nice thing about I think doesn't containerd also send things to the journal, or do we have to go here?
You need to go to Firelog containers.
Okay. And then I don't. Not the container you're looking for. It might be. So we can just. Do we want to all of them? I guess we could, right? Okay, it's running kubectl apply, so it's doing stuff. Yeah, it looks nefarious. Oh, it's a job. Oh, there is a okay. That's I think there might be some cron job that's messing around. I think this is gonna go on forever. Let's just. Do we cancel it? Get the. Yeah, look at this. And there's probably also a cron job thing that's just spawning things all the time. No. Okay. Okay, interesting. But do we want to try to nuke? I don't think that's going to work either, to nuke all the jobs. It's probably... Do we want to look at what this container is doing? Maybe...
Well, we got we did get some debug output, right? So it's
Yeah,
creating a job. It's doing it's scaling down our deployment. So this was reactive, right? So this happened because we tried to scale up the deployment.
Mm-hmm.
It did, yeah. So there's
this has to be
something
running
that's
in the
watching the
cluster.
clustered deployment.
Yeah. At least,
I don't know if that statement is true. It is not running on something other than the cluster or the two nodes.
Okay.
Like I'm not sitting here on my computer running something.
Just hitting enter every time we do something. I'll get them this time.
Right. There must be a rogue binary somewhere. So.
Do we want to check if there's maybe a process outside of Kubernetes running on the control plane and just talking to the API server?
Yeah, that's what I tried to do. I was trying to filter out the kernel processes, but apparently it thought that was a regex. Why did it think that was a regex? Just think. Oh,
there we go. Boop.
upower.
So, yeah. The Kube API server. Let's see. I don't see a lot of nefarious things here.
It is not running on the control plane node either.
Okay. But it might be running on the worker node. Who knows? I don't know. Do we want to check just to be sure? There's a lot more running on the worker node for sure, but that makes sense.
Oh, look at the sleeps.
Yeah, I think this is okay. I don't think there's anything running outside of Kubernetes that's of interest from this.
Well, where were those sleeps coming from? What was the root process?
I think it's containerd. So,
okay, so.
Yeah, so it's probably part of the...
Oh, look, there's a setup in run.sh.
There is. Yeah. I think it might be worth looking. How can we dive into that container? Can we maybe attach to one of those containers and kind of look what's inside? Is that a good idea? Like attach to one of... We can just kubectl. What's it?
What's that process
run.
ID? So let's grab this.
I was going to say you could launch a new version and override the entry point if you wanted.
Yeah, we could.
The process isn't running anymore.
But yeah, I can try doing it from using.
Well, we can just try control.
I was thinking of just attaching to an existing one with kubectl, and then, but we can also do it through this. Yeah, it's fine.
Bar run containerd.
It should be correct, right? Oh, without the container, just runtime endpoint, apparently.
Okay. Is it info?
Yeah, this looks all fine. Can we attach?
Yeah, I was looking for the IDs, the namespaces. Unless you know how to attach by another means.
We can do it through kubectl, right?
You mean exec into it?
Yeah.
All right. So you want to do a get pods -a and just pick one.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks. No, that's what I was looking for. Cry control exec. Okay, exec IT. Oh, IT. Pending.
Oh, and they're all
completing.
jobs. Oh no.
They run for about 30 seconds each.
Okay, that's good
started.
enough, right? So we
Is
just
it?
filter. We can get this done in 30 seconds. We just put a sleep. Like it will not, if we are execing into it, it will not kill until we kill the thing, right?
But these are things that run in the cluster, and I keep coming back to that first process that ran after we scaled the deployment.
Yeah, but
they are pretty much the same workload. I'll give that hint.
But was it running in the cluster?
It was not.
Yeah. See,
so the original thing that triggered it was not running in the cluster. That's
and I'm assuming that's
Correct.
still running.
Yeah, and so even if we find a way to block not a virus by looking into it, it will just spawn more not a virus after it, right?
Well, yeah, I'd like to get to
Correct.
that first one first because it's going to be the same code, the same binary, the same script. I assume if we get to that, we'll understand it more, and then we can thing. Now, on the worker node.
So what was the script called that we saw? Set up and run. So maybe just find through the entire disk and grab for that. Just do. Okay. Let's just we can
What
try
is
this.
uPowerD?
uPowerD is power management thing. I think it's but what is root nerd coddle? That looks
nerdctl is the new container DCLI.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be in the root directory.
Exactly. That makes me and it shouldn't be installed on this kind of node by default, right? So
I won't look at the bash. It's empty anyway.
So root nerd coddle is running. It's interesting. But that might also be part of that content. Wait, so can I try something?
Please, by all means.
Let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. But I want to know if it finds it in other places.
What makes sense? Sorry, I'm scrolling like mad right now.
No, it's only inside containers. But interesting. But there might be a container running, right, that was spawned on the worker node directly outside of Kubernetes that's listening to everything. That starts the whole shebang. So that's not. How can we find out all the container D processes that are not pods spawned by the kubelet?
All of the pods are in the Kubernetes namespace with container.
Oh, I have a way. We can stop the kubelet. Then we can stop all the containers in container D. And
yeah, let's card on that. I don't trust this node anymore. It's dead to me.
But does that make sense? If we stop the kubelet, then at least we. Oh yeah, stop recording makes sense as well. Then.
Yeah, I don't know why we took so long to do that when we have a rogue process running.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't think.
Yeah, but you didn't drain it, right? You only cordoned it, right? Do you also want to
the
actively
cordon
drain
does
it?
the drain. Oh no, I meant to do drain, which does a cordon.
Okay.
Ugh, silly me. Yeah, sorry. So that should just leave the daemon set. So,
yeah. So now let's see if there's still something running. Ordering by date probably also helps in this view, and then not the container you're looking for still running 30 seconds ago.
So that's cleaning up now. So I say we run cry control PS again. Now that liveness Prometheus is out of place. There's no Prometheus on the cluster.
Yeah, that looks interesting, right?
Let's do an info on that liveness Prometheus container ID and see what it is.
Sure. But it was also created 2 days ago, which gives me the feeling it might not be the thing we're looking for. But
The Docker image.
it's part of Cilium, it seems like.
Is it?
Is it or not? I don't know. Oh no, that's just a CNI I was getting.
All right, let's see. This info command isn't ideal. What else do we have? I'm not that familiar with cry control. Inspect. Why did I give us a machine with so many disks? Or is that's TTYs?
Yeah, these are just all the devices that are. Oh, this is part of Ceph. It's part of this. So okay, we're put. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything nefarious running anymore on the worker node right now. So maybe it's something nefarious
Are you
running
sure?
on the. I think so. This all looks fine to me. Except that Cilium operator was created a minute ago. That's kind of suspect, but.
Okay, let's do one more thing.
Okay.
Let's see what images we've got on this machine.
We did get the hint that it was the same workload, right? So.
Yeah, so it's the Sid Palas clustered.
Exactly.
A few versions of it, so.
That was just me developing it.
Exactly. Okay. So.
003 is the only one that's running.
Okay.
You know what? Let's do something weird.
Okay.
So
Let's block Docker. Let's remove the image and block docker.io in DNF.
I was going to pull it and actually take a look at the script inside it on my local.
Oh yeah, that we can also do. Yeah. If that doesn't work, we're gonna leave all the other images intact, nuke this one, and then make sure we cannot contact Docker Hub anymore.
Yeah, we could add it. We could definitely block access to that file. I hope this doesn't fry my machine, Sid. Start Docker. There we
go. It should not.
Yeah, I don't plan. I mean, I'll run it, but I'm going to override the entry point, so we should be okay. Assuming you've been kind enough to leave a shell in the image.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was a shell script running, right?
Yeah.
So that should be fine.
Okay, come on, Docker.
Oh, it's a private image though.
No. Oh, but we can get the credentials out of Kubernetes then, right? So we can do that. So, do you want me to?
So you were very close when you saw the nerdctl. I couldn't get cry control to work. That's why nerdctl even was in the logs at all.
Mm-hmm. So we were close with nerdctl. Interesting. But why is it not on the? Or why is it not anywhere?
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. I need to go ahead.
Let's just do.
You can always do an update and locate. But...
Oh, there's lots of things. Farlib nerdctl. Okay, does this help me? There's lots of processes named nerdctl running. Okay, so I guess the. Interesting. So maybe those containers are running nerdcuddle. No, it's still running because we stopped all of those, right? So
yeah,
interesting.
Shouldn't be running.
Boop. So we have a lot of. There's a network namespace named nerdctl, and how about? Nah, damn it. Do we? is this okay? So this is our nasty process.
Okay, so we've got a process here, right? And
Yeah.
we can do a proc process ID. In fact, let's go in here first. There's a way to NS, and this is our namespaces. So why don't we do an NS? Do we have NS enter? And then
we do.
can tell it to enter the.
So we just give it the
mount
PID
namespace. And this. Oh, how do you do this again?
This is where we wait for somebody in the comments to tell us, and then just to type it.
Maybe it's not T. I think it might just target ped to. Oh right, okay. Did I just get it the wrong way around? So is it the NS enter mount target? Oh no, we're not doing ped because we know. Well, we could do ped. This is the ped. Okay. How did I tell it the namespace then? Target. Or dash M for the mount namespace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so NS enter mount proc NS MNT. No. I can't remember how to NS enter. I'm feeling
Me neither, so we'll figure it out together.
no
That's fine. Did we get a hint?
Thank you, no. I'm assuming that.
I gave a hint since I think cleaning up will be more interesting than continuing to hunt.
Yeah, good. Thanks. Okay, so let's
did that not work?
Okay.
No, that's our normal host. I don't think we were in the right namespace.
Interesting.
What was your hint? CTRC list. Right, okay, let's do that. And then exec into the container itself. Yeah. Let's do this. Did that not work?
But why not?
Oh, I think maybe I just got it the wrong way around. Maybe. Yeah, I think the IT comes here. No.
Like I said, I couldn't get cry control to work, so I installed nerdctl instead.
Okay, so
but then I deleted it.
Ah.
I can reinstall it real quick.
I feel like the NS enter should have worked though.
Yeah, that was also a bit surprising to me. Interesting.
Enter AT. Oh, I've not got a pet anymore. PSUX grep. Not bad. Okay. Yeah. Noel's always on the ball with this stuff, isn't he? I forgot the runtime endpoint.
I think you got it right. No, we got an error.
Oh, so my container
failed to find container.
So that's okay. I can fix that. So
yeah, but it's not when. Yeah, but the funny thing is, it doesn't show up here, right? Maybe there are 2 instances of containerd running.
No, the problem is the cry control, I think, defaults to the namespace of Kate, which only shows you the Kubernetes pods.
I see.
So I just plopped a nerdctl binary into the root directory if you want to use that.
Awesome.
/root. There we go.
All right. Exec this, then bash, and IT.
Yes. Okay, we're in. Okay.
That
so what is what?
Okay.
So let's look at that script, right? Oh, there's lots of stuff here. Setup and run. Let's look. Oh, there's a README. How about we look at that first? How kind.
That's just my notes, but there's probably good info in there.
Yeah. Do you want to look at the... There's no Vim here, right? No. Okay. Okay, we'll just scroll up.
It's not that long.
Okay, let's see what it does. This is a very nice hacker to leave us the notes on what he did. So there's to-dos that have been done. Create Docker secret before pod. Protect against failed kubectl calls. Create a pod which scales down cluster test workload, replicates itself n times. Create a private Docker registry image. Copy to worker. Run container. Okay. Install nerdcuddle because you couldn't get the thing to work. Okay. What I think we can do though is just we can throw away this, stop this container from running, and then nuke everything from the Kubernetes cluster, right? And then that should help us. But do we want to know why it is stopping things from scaling, or do we just first get rid of the problem?
I think we should set up and run. It's not doing anything too intelligent.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's just get rid of it. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's now go back to the control plane node, I suppose. Right. And then we can do your delete namespaces command again that we did before. This one. And hopefully it should terminate this time. Or does it?
Depends how many namespaces we have.
Yeah, everything is cordoned as well, right? So we shouldn't have new things starting either.
The worker is definitely cordoned, yeah. Okay. You're getting praised for your makefile.
Yeah. We have a makefile, readme. That's good work. This is taking a bit too long.
Here I was hoping it was just the only thing you had done was scale our deployment to 0.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, right, yes, we got it. It's easy. We got this.
But it was tough to test without having things go completely haywire. So I was very nervous at that moment whether or not it would actually work.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of namespaces.
You canceled it, darn it.
Yeah.
Is the number going down? That's the question.
Yeah, how many do we have? Yeah.
Okay, 3086, and if we run it, it's going down. It's just going to take a while. Well, yeah, we have to get rid of all of them first, I think. Yeah. If you do --wait equals false, it might parallelize it, because now every time it's waiting for the namespace to be cleaned up before it executes the next command. So maybe we can
fire and forget.
Exactly.
No.
that didn't make it much more quicker. Darn it. We can maybe xargs do it in parallel. Is there a flag for xargs to do things in parallel? Can use.
I have no idea.
You want me to issue the same command from my laptop and see if we?
No, I think it's going right.
Yeah.
Slowly. Is there a faster?
So yeah, I mean, because that node is now cordoned, none of those workloads should be able to run and continue to self-replicate. So I suspect that once we get them cleaned up, everything will just work fine.
Did you modify the maximum pod limit on the node? Or no, I guess they're just queued up while they wait on each other exiting, right?
The jobs, yeah, I think Kubernetes makes sure that it doesn't spawn all the jobs at the same time. It queues them up. Doesn't it? I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with how that handles it either. We'll just need to wait another 20-30 minutes for this to delete it. So.
Yeah, but we can do it in parallel, though. I think.
Yeah,
Maybe.
well, let's open it up. Let's leave that deleting, right? We're pretty confident we're not going to get that back. I've opened a new control plane one, so let's try and get our deployment updated. But we can't uncordon that node probably until all those namespaces are away.
We could add a toleration to our clustered thing and just schedule it on the control plane. Is that cheating?
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
Let's just try and wrap this up in the next few minutes. I know we're a little bit over, so let's see if we can get through this. Did you join?
Wait 1 second. I did not join. Wait, which one is it? Oh, the one that was created a minute ago. Yeah, I'm in.
Sorry, my connection dropped for a minute. Hopefully you can hear me now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Great.
Do we want to move it to the control plane? Or we can remove the no schedule taint from the control plane, or we can add a toleration to our workload. Either works, I guess.
I don't remember how to type a toleration at the top of my head. Do you?
Yes. No. So what I'm gonna do instead is edit the
But then those jobs might get scheduled on it.
Oh, good point. So we cannot do that. Yeah, exactly. So I do. Let's key edit the control plane node. We can do it. Where are the taints? I
Nice.
think
we
the
got
syntax
a chat comment telling us we could have done xix with a -p for parallel. I'll try and speed that up just now.
And do p16 or something. It's a very
we still got a few to go.
2,000 or so.
Yeah.
Well, this machine has like 48 cores, right? So we can do 48. Yes. Is this going faster?
I don't know.
In the meantime, how do I select this text? Usually I have a global buffer in Vim. Now I don't know how to. Like, it's actually selecting the text in Vim now instead of.
I've copied it if that helps.
Okay. So now we're just going to edit the deployment. And then we're just going to paste it in the spec here. And then we change the word taints to tolerations. And then that should help. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, sorry, off you go. I want to.
Okay. I think
1700 to go.
I think this should help. Yeah. Here we go.
That's great. Hey. We'll have to do the same for Postgres, right?
Yes, correct. Edit. Is that a stateful set?
It is.
Okay. It's again your turn to do your magic. Oh yeah.
My magic. Yes. I'm the paster. That's where we are now, right? Well, you can do the rename. That's your skill.
Exactly.
Do you need me to do anything here?
No.
The tabs.
You've done enough, Sid.
Okay, there you go. We might have to.
Yeah, because in the case of set, I think we'll need to do a little delete to get it rescheduled.
Yeah, because it tries to be friendly against the stateful service.
We've made that more difficult than we had to. We could just have added node name to both of those with the control plane node. rather than going through the scheduler. But that's
okay, it's up, I guess. Well, it's not ready yet, but yeah, now it is. Okay, we have it.
All right, do you want to do the image upgrade and then we'll do the port forward? I don't think we need to port forward to V1 just to.
Yeah, I didn't really touch anything system-wise, so I suspect it'll work just fine.
Okay, let's look at version.
I'm just going to, for the laugh, take a look at our namespaces. 1200 to go. I don't think that's going to finish by the time we wrap up. Rollout deployment status. Or status deployment.
Successfully rolled out. There we go. Well, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot.
That's the dance.
Hey. Nice work.
Damn it, both of you. That was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the cordon strategy. I had the same idea as Arian to fix it in terms of block Docker Hub and then clean things up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just this show or what, but it's always so obvious that we just have to coordinate to stop this replication happening. Like we knew it was replicating, but still we were focused on trying to understand the why rather than actually stop
the cause and then investigate, right? Instead of the other way around. Now we've got ourselves in a situation where we need to run delete for half an hour.
I think that's the context that's important, right? We know this is not a real production service, so we don't actually think about all of those other things first, and I think I need to try and flip that mindset in my head. But yeah, the cordon helped, but that was a pretty nefarious script, Sid.
Yeah. So what did it do? We actually didn't read it, and I guess the whole API server thing was we were just confused about some output that didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Or did it?
Yeah, I mean it's just based on a kubectl container. I copied in my credentials. It polls to see if the clustered deployment has any pods. If it has pods, then it basically flips a trigger and from then on just self-replicates.
A worm. You gave us a worm.
Yeah.
And so I put it in a container on the worker because I figured if I put it directly on the worker, it might be easier to find. But if you're just seeing, container D's running some stuff, that seemed like it would look normal-ish.
Yeah, it was. I think we knew there was a process, but trying to find it was quite challenging. So, nice work, both of you.
Yep.
Very well played. Unfortunately, 2 really tough containers. I'm going to have to make sure whoever's on next week makes it a lot easier for me because
we can then edit the deployment and scale it up to 1, and then we can celebrate. Yes, there was it.
I need someone just to come on and just do something really simple because these are tough. They seem to be just getting harder and harder. But hopefully our exploration is still providing valuable knowledge to everyone else. And hopefully not giving too many people bad ideas for ways to break clusters. That would be unintended.
And I do think that will be a side effect, maybe. I don't know. So.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are going to go write their own little wormy container that does self-replication and bring it down a machine. But still.
Well, so I got the idea for it because I do some work with Kubeflow, and I wrote a recursive Kubeflow pipeline, and it got out of hand on me one time. And so the way that I stopped that was to delete the image that it was pulling and then go clean stuff up. But
yeah, I think our container D alias would have had a very similar effect there just to stop it doing that. But, all right, I know we went over, but thank you both for sticking with us. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and horrible ideas with us. And I hope you both had fun, and I'll speak to you all again later.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks for having us.
All right, have a great day. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
See you. Ciao, ciao.
Take care.